Hi you guys, my name is Juliana and I'm going to show you how I got this no foundation look using concealers and powders and some of the mistakes I made along the way. So first I start off with strobe cream because I like my skin to look very luminous when I'm going to use different powders and things like that, just because it keeps the skin looking very vibrant and healthy and supple, even though there's going to be mattifying powders and things like that on top of it. After I applied my highlighting concealer in certain areas on my face, now I'm going to move to my contour concealer, which is about 2 to 3 shades darker than my skin tone. Now this is where I made the mistake. I went in trying to create a look that was easy and seamless without including foundation. But at the end of this look, at the very end, you'll notice that my chin doesn't necessarily match my neck. And that's because I shouldn't have done this. Was the mistake that I made. I used the kind of contour in areas where I would use concealer, and that's naturally just too dark for my skin. So instead I would either nix the idea of not using foundation altogether, or I would probably use a powder that's a little lighter just to balance out the darkness in the contour. All to say that I made a mistake here. It kind of isn't as obvious, but to some it might be. So I just say, don't do what I do. To blend it all out, I'm going to use a beauty blender, and to blend the lighter portion of my face, the highlighted portion, I'm going to use the pointed part of the beauty blender and blend all the highlighted portions with this part of the beauty blender. Then after that, and I'm ready to blend the contour portion of of my face, I'm going to flip the beauty blender over and use the fat part of the beauty blender in order to blend the contour area. That way the colors are getting blended seamlessly, but it's not getting ruddy and kind of going on top of each other, like the dark isn't going on top of the light and the light going on top of the dark. However, there's still a seamless transition between the two colors. And then at the line where the two colors meet, I'm going to use the pointy part of the beauty blender to blend the light part onto the dark, and then flip the sponge and blend the dark part onto the light. And then whatever's left on the sponge from the highlighted portion of my face, I'm going to now blend on top of my eyelids just to brighten them up just a little bit. And then once all of the cream products are blended out, I use my finishing spray and kind of drench my face a little bit and wait till that dries before applying powder. I find that applying finishing spray at this stage really helps to lock in those cream products so that they don't move throughout the day. Then with a large powder puff, I apply some setting powder to the highlighted areas. And then after that, I'm going to use a powder brush and apply a powder foundation all over the outer perimeter of my skin. At this point, I am using a powder that is kind of my summer color, and if I were to do it again, I would not use this powder because it's a little too dark and it didn't blend my chin to my neck seamlessly. So please don't do what I did, but I did want to share this and just kind of be transparent that I made this mistake so that you don't do the same thing. Then I took a fluffy eyeshadow brush and applied that same powder to the crease of my eye. I'm doing this because the inner portion of my face is highlighted, so it still gives a contrast to this powder that is a little darker than that area. After using the brow tint on my brows, I also used it as an eyeliner on the top of my eyelid. after that, I'm going to apply some mascara to my top lashes and wait for that to dry completely. Then after that, I'm going to apply a final layer of finishing spray all over and wait for that to dry. This will really lock in everything so it will not move. Then after that, I'm going to apply some color to my cheeks and then finish it off with some lip gloss.